We're in the car. Chill, go do some Pokestops, catch some shit. Make sure this is proper all messages here. There it is, all messages. Cool. Caffeine fix here. Okay, in the back seat. Some of these items. Cosmo! Hello. Morning. Or good afternoon, I should say, for you. Yes, an outing. Just for shits and giggles. I got up early today, so I was like, fuck it. I got a new angle for the camera. I mounted a base. So we are up on the dash. We won't have any more doggy butts in our face. As you can see here, you can see how close to the dash we are. Flip you around, you see? We're on the windshield. We are right on the dash here. Like, this is where my hand is, right? This is the end of the dash, like where the airbag would come out. So we've got an extra foot in distance from where the dash is to where the camera's mounted now. We shouldn't have any more doggies blocking camera. Every time I have them in the car, one of them puts their butt right in front of the camera, and then I can't see anything. And you guys can't see anything. So, it is rainy. It absolutely is rainy today. I was hoping for better weather, I'll be honest. It's like drizzly though. It's not real bad. Not real bad. So yeah. I'm always trying to make sure I get a better camera angle for you guys, make sure the lighting's good. I'm real familiar with that kind of stuff as far as filming goes. Lighting and angle is the most important thing, otherwise you can't see a damn thing. So I got you guys further back now. You're on the dash. You can see Brandy's head popping up there. If I had it in the old position, Brandy's head would be in the camera right now. You wouldn't be able to see anything. Like I said yesterday, I've got, this is an old car. It's a 2011, so it's got 300,000 miles on it, almost. No, it does. 309,700 and something. It's glitching out, so I can't see the mileage right now, but it's got 309,700 something. And so I just put screw holes in it wherever the fuck I feel like it. I'm like, oh, I want something mounted here. As long as it's not on the airbag, I'll put a screw hole there. I don't care. I'm gonna drive this car till it's in the ground and then sell it for junk. Just like I did with my other car. I couldn't afford to fix the transmission, so I drove it into the ground and then sold it for junk. Oh yeah, stormy there too, Aaron? I glanced over and happened to see you saying it was stormy. I don't typically read chats while I'm driving. But I got my other phone here mounted on the bendable phone holder. And it's like right up in my face. It's only about a foot from my face. So when I glanced over, I saw the first word in that conversation was stormy on the pond. Yeah, it's not exactly stormy, but it's like overcast. Let me see if I can flip this camera around, you guys can see. You see, it's kind of overcast. Right in the middle of town here. I can reach, I'll get this camera flip back around again. Kind of overcast. I wish it was a nicer day. But we're going to be parking where there's a nice view on both sides of the camera. So, if you guys want to see the waterfront area there, there's like a little lake area. Sometimes the guys go out there in their boats or jet skis and hang out on the water. Last couple days though, I don't think it's been nice enough to do any of that. So the plan today was to get outside and maybe do some off-leash training with Zuma, with the collar, the wireless collar. But then, of course, nothing ever works out in my favor when you want it to, right? So I remembered that I never charged up the controller. So there's no charge on the controller. And also, it's like wet out. Like gross wet out. Let's see, catch up on those. Turn those wipers off. Consulting a client in Texas on another line. Okay, yeah. We might have to move the car to hit a Pokestop over there, but I parked here intentionally so I can show you guys the view from where I'm looking at here. This is what I get to see from the front of the car. Pretty view. That's the lake there, and that's one of the park benches. They've got a ping pong table over here to the left, you guys. We're here in the car. Much better angle, I think, for seeing these guys. Maybe I could twist you. You can see Zuma over here hanging out the window. Oh, you're sliding out of the thing there. There we go. Now we're locked in. I didn't realize we weren't locked in. We could have fallen out the whole time we were driving. Who is the other person watching? Me. I'm the other person watching. Here, I'll prove it to you. Ready? I'm gonna hit the like button for myself. Double tap. There it is. Ticker went up 1. Now there's another person in here. There's a fourth. But yeah, the other third person is me on my phone, so that I can see it instead of having to reach over. I got my caffeine fix. So my brain is about to be woken up. Got me the usual Bumped Brandy in the head. Letty's not with us today. I asked her 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times if she wanted to come out and go for a ride, but she did not want to go for a ride. She wasn't interested. What? What, Kins? What? Oh, that's my eyeball. You licked me right in my eyeball. I mean, thank you for the kisses, but holy. Oh, you want to lick my eyeball now, too? Oh, goodness. So yeah, you guys wouldn't be able to see anything in the old angle because Brandy's face right here would be in the way. Oh, you giving me paw? Yeah. Is this my hand now? Is this my hand now? You holding my hand? What, you don't want to hold my hand? Oh, we're all gonna hold hands? Stop that. Would you stop that? Thank you. Stop that. Annie with the close-up. Gotta get your close-up shot in, huh, Annie? Yeah. Thank you. Of course, it doesn't stop them from getting in the way of me being able to see my phone. Just makes it easier for you guys to see them. And there's only so much I can do about the dead space. Like, maybe I'll put something up here on the ceiling. And you guys will have something more interesting to look at, or behind the mirror here. I'll put a sticker, like right there, behind the mirror, so you guys can see that. She did. She said, fuck that new angle. She got all up in there. She's like, it's time for my close-up. Oh, shit. She sees herself on the camera now. She might be starting to attack that camera. Do you see yourself? You see yourself, Kins? You see yourself on there? No, she hasn't noticed yet. What takes? The phone I usually use for music died last night. Lesson I learned. I was trying to use the magnetic charger to charge both the music phone and the live stream phone. Excuse me. And so the live stream phone had no problem staying charged because it's new. And then the music phone died overnight. I had them running some watch time, those 2 phones, and the music one died overnight. It wouldn't stay running and also charge. So I woke up this morning and it had like 35% battery. It's got 46 right now. It's telling me it wants me to use the original charger that the phone came with. Your phone can charge much faster if you use the one it came with. Yeah. 4 hours until it's charged 50%. Crazy, right? Let's try a different charger. No such warning on that one. Now we're at 1 hour and 13 minutes until fully charged. Fortnite or Call of Duty? Fortnite or Call of Duty? I think I'm gonna pick Among Us. You guys familiar with that trend? A couple videos I used to sound like that on my shorts. Well, let me get this other phone started. While I get this tobacco stick set up. Oh yeah, I'm enjoying this angle much better. Much better. Or should I download Among Us? I don't know. I was just being silly because I'm familiar with that sound where he says Fortnite or Call of Duty. Fortnite or Call of Duty. And I used that sound in a couple of my shorts. Like I think it was 2, maybe 3 shorts. You'll download Among Us. I've never actually played it. My kiddo plays it. I've never played Among Us, Cosmo. I've seen it because he likes to watch content creators that play Among Us. So I've seen it being played. I'm familiar with the game. There's 2 imposters, and then everybody runs around trying to figure out who the imposter is, and every so often you get to vote on who the imposter is, and then whoever get the most votes gets voted out. And the game goes on until everybody dies or the imposters are found. That's the premise behind the game. And it looks interesting and, you know, kind of fun to play, I'm sure, but I've never played it myself specifically. We're clicking stuff here. Clicking, clicking, clicking. Okay. It's only 2:30 in Europe? You're talking about 2:30 in the afternoon, right? Not 2:30 in the morning. No in money. You gotta slow down, Chica. You're typing too fast. Oh, you need to pay money to get Among Us? I didn't know it wasn't free. How's my kiddo playing it then? Because I definitely did not buy him that game. We buy him all kinds of things. He is absolutely spoiled. But I know that we did not, well, I did not spend money on that game. So maybe Dana got it for him. I doubt it. I doubt it because there's plenty of free games that can occupy a 5-year-old. And if Dana goes out today, she's supposed to be bringing Ladybug over here to be on the live stream, I'm assuming. But we'll see. You got a copy for the child? It sounds toxic. Oh, he only really plays in the VR now. You're referring to Among Us? It sounds toxic. Aaron? screams at the other kids in the metaverse. That's me. Early in my, well, I would say early in my video games days, N64 times, but even nowadays, I try not to play any online games because that's how I am, screaming at the screen. Because you can't control what other people do. But I bet VR is kind of fun for them. I imagine that's pretty immersive, and that's got to be fun. What kind of games does he play on the VR, Aaron? And by the way, guys, this is the same park that I would probably set up at if I were to have a booth or something similar to have Zuma giving people kisses in the public. Because there's enough space here, there would be a decent enough parking so that not every single spot would be taken up, and it's public and it's got a nice view. I would probably set up somewhere near over here if it wasn't a problem. I'd want to ask a bunch of the people here who are staffed here to make sure it wouldn't be a problem. I don't want to get on anybody's nerves or piss anybody off, but I think that this would be a decent backdrop for like the Zuma Kiss Me stuff. That's real pretty. I mean, on a nice day, it's real pretty. Aaron says he plays all kinds of junk. I have that one. I have one that I do. Oh, some shows with and some stuff. Not really games though. Okay. So he like watches stuff in the VR, like virtual reality movies? Is that a thing? I didn't know that was a thing. All right, I got this cancer stick all rolled up. We see what kind of Pokemon are out here today. We'll load up the Pogo, see what happens. Oh, we got we got a max battle for a Sableye here. Oh, that's 3 stars. I might be able to do that one. Normally we can reach 4 Pokestops in this area because there's 4 right here, but I'm parked a little bit further away from the other ones. And I'm a little paranoid about location stuff, so I probably won't ever share screen Pokemon Go, just because it does have a map on there. And I haven't figured out how to stop screen share and start screen share, like, on demand. Because the way that YouTube does it is strange. Let's battle this Dynamax Sableye. There we go. We're going to use my Machamp, Wartortle, and Charmeleon. Netflix VR. Okay, all right. 179-inch screen wall. Okay. That's cool, Aaron. Alpine Snow Lodge. So, like, you could watch the VR as if you were, like, snowboarding down the mountain or something. That's cool. Oh, jeez, that's not doing a damn thing. Sableye just eating it. Dazzling Gleam. Oh, geez, took down like a third of my health with that one there. Cross Chop didn't do a damn thing. I'm gonna switch out so I can max this one. Alright, we're trying War Turtle and Ice Beam. Try Aqua Jet, see what happens. This is a 3-star Dynamax. Oh, you've got some screenshots to share at some point? Alright. Almost full with the max meter. Alright, we Dynamax and switched to Machamp. He's upgraded our max move to level 2. We're going to see if it does anything for Sableye here. Max Knuckle, level 2. Oh, jeez. There's no way. I'm not catching this Sableye. I am not up to level 3 yet. You did an Anne Frank tour in VR? Now that is cool. That I like the idea of. I did some experimenting with 360 cameras a while back. I was going to do a VR tour for a business that was interested in gaining clientele. And it was right in the middle of COVID, so like everything that could have been VR would have been like this shit. But it was going to be a 360 view of the place, so you would be able to do a virtual walkthrough. That was the idea behind it. But circumstances led to that project being abandoned. Yeah, this Dynamax Sableye just rocked all 3 of these max Pokemons. Yeah, failure. And catch a Dugong. Oh, Seal. That was bad. I didn't even get through a quarter of that Dynamax Sableye's health. The HP barely went down. That's terrible. Oh no, did I leave the lighter on? No, I did not. Okay. Let's see, I'm gonna have to dig through a box or something. Watch your ears, the car is gonna beep. I think because I can't beat this Dynamax Sableye that I should move. Should move to where I can get this showcase. Ooh, and it's asking for Machamp too for the showcase. I've got Machamp. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Brandy with the close-up. Oh yeah. What are you grumbling about? That dude's in his own car. Like he's 2 parking spots away from me. Well, thanks for the kisses. And since when are you protective of me? Brandy's being super protective for some reason. Alright, watch your ears again. We're going to mobilize over to those other two Pokestops so I can utilize that showcase. Excuse me, Sue. Back up. Thank you. There are a lot of guys popping up here. Chancy. We got 3 stars, 2 stars. Oh, we're ranked 3 on the showcase. That's not bad for jumping in. And of course, if I were on the move, there would be more available Pokemon popping up. Since I already have a whole bunch of these guys, I'm not interested in catching too many. I'm really more interested in getting the shinies and filling up that 151 Pokedex. You know what I really wish they would do? I wish they would start giving like free Pokecoins in the daily box. They always give you a bunch of crap you don't need in the daily box. What are you grumbling about? Aaron said they installed Pokemon Go for a week, exploited GPS data, so it didn't play for long. It lost its charm. I did that for a little while. I had it doing a loop over Mount Desert Island. Right there in their little, there's like a town where there's just tons of Pokestops. And so I had it doing this loop. And while it was doing the loop, I would just spin the Pokestops while it was spoofing the location. So I ended up with tons of items and filled up the item thing real fast. And then I would leave it running to do candies and to open eggs through the incubator. But I didn't really use it to, catch the rare ones or anything like that. And once Niantic partnered with Google, they made it so that Google services was part of the prerequisites for the GPS to properly work. So you would have needed to hack the Google services or root your phone. So spoofing the location became problematic, and I stopped. Oh, no worries, Cosmo. It's all right if you're quiet. It's still early. It's still early. At least it's early for me, anyway. This is quite a bit earlier than I'm usually out of bed. Do you use a program, Aaron, to do the location? There's no out. You turds. They're nowhere near us. They're more than They're more than six parking spots away from us, you guys. You need to chill out. Still can, to be fair, as a party trick. I show my friends my local ghouls result. See, I'd be worried that I was gonna get banned, because I've seen shadow banning happen. And when your location rubber bands, if you guys aren't familiar with that phrase, it means when it bounced from one location to another location. Typically that only happens when you're passing between towers. But if you're spoofing your location, it rubber bands real hard, like it'll bounce back and forth between the locations real hard. And that's the key that Niantic looks for when they want to ban people for location spoofing. But now location spoofing is much more difficult because they're linked in with Google services. It used to just go off of whatever your GPS said. And if you switched your GPS provider, it would just do it. But so it's an Android bug. Oh, so you must have an iPhone then. Are you one of those? Don't mind spending $500 extra every 6 months because you broke the intentionally breakable phone. That's the one thing that I have disliked the most about Apple. Apple makes their products to break. The missus is an Android fan. Okay, yeah, me too. Me too, Aaron. I am Android all the way. I used to like putting up this picture where there was the Android robot, like the green guy, when your phone is updating an install. The green guy, and he was pissing on the Apple symbol. The operating systems for the two are so wildly different from each other. If you're an Apple person, you don't want to go Android. If you're Android, you don't want to go Apple. But the turnoff for me has been how specific Apple products have been. Like if you buy an Apple product, you have to buy an Apple charger. And then you have to buy the Apple headphones. And then you have to buy the other Apple product to go with it. And then if you want music, you have to buy Apple Music. Like it's very monopolized. Name a big city near you. I'll show the local Google results from that city on Discord. Non-rooted phone. Bangor would be the nearest city to me. city, I would say. And that's about 40 minutes from here with no traffic. Is that Bob Seger I hear? Somebody is jamming. I don't know if you guys can hear that with the mic. Somebody's got that song Like a Rock. I think that's Bob Seger, right? Bangor, Aaron. Bangor is the closest near city-like town for me. And that's 40 minutes by car if you've got no traffic. You'd be surprised how big I've seen some Android phones. Like borderline tablets. I saw this one lady one time. She pulled out her phone to text somebody. Her phone went like, ding, or whatever it made. And she pulled it out to go text somebody, and the thing, it easily had like a 7.5 inch, like wide screen. And like the diagonal measurement had to easily be 10 inches. And then the text on her screen was like 48-point font. It was huge. There was like 3 words on the whole screen, even though the screen was massive. Apparently she's legally blind. And with other glasses she can't read anything. But I would never keep my text that big. Because I'd be worried people are looking over my shoulder and reading what I've got going on my phone. One of the first things I do is change the text to like 9-point font. I've got to get real close to the screen to see it from a distance. But I've got 2015 vision, so I can almost read from the dash, and then my brain fills in the rest of the holes. Like I see the shapes of the letters, and then my brain computes what those letters mean. So I am able to read it based on the context of the letters from this distance, but I can't directly read what it says unless I get like another 12 inches closer. Yeah, somebody is jamming. Check the Discord. Let's go check the Discord, says Aaron. Abbott, Maine. I've been to Abbott. Oh, nearest train station. Okay. That's just a search, though. Oh, I see your previous chat, too, yesterday around 1 p.m. Yeah. I see that. But that can easily be, if I wanted to do a search and show you guys nearest train station too, I would just tell Google what my zip code is. And then save that as my location. And then it wouldn't matter what my GPS says. Phablet, like phone. I've got a 10.5-inch Samsung Tab S, but it's from 2015, so it's old. It's got to be, it can't be as old as 2015. maybe 2017. But even still, it's almost 10 years old. Okay. I mean, the only thing that would be the location tool. The only thing that would really interest me would be the location-based games. Now, Niantic, before they owned the Pokemon Company, before they partnered with them, Niantic came out with a location-based game called Ingress. Ingress. And it was similar to Pokemon Go, only it had its own style. There was two teams. You were either the believer or the non-believer. And then there was these special things you had to collect by walking around town and landmarks you had to click on. And then you could set them as like, you had to capture kind of the landmark for your team. And then if you captured enough of them, you could make a grid. And the cool thing I saw was there was teams working together to make the grid that they created look like pictures from a global view. I thought that was pretty cool. You play Atlas Earth and collect gems with it. It's a location-based, real-world game type thing. Yes, I have seen many ads for Atlas Earth. And it looked interesting, but I never bothered with it. I don't know, I guess it just didn't spark my interest enough for me to be interested in it like that. You don't log on enough to make money. Some dude owns a town worth a few grand up the road from me. I believe that. Some people get on the grind. We'll have paid him out if he isn't already warning. Yeah. Some people get on the grind about it. They're like, yeah, I'm making 3 cents every day on my property, and I need to have more properties. So they'll go out and they'll put on that grind. Now, is that something that you can you steal land from other people by outbidding them or something? Or is that once you capture it, it's yours? I don't see Team Rocket nearby anywhere. You don't play it enough. The missus owns a square next to yours, and you're 3 and you haven't figured out how to steal it. Well, it's time to conquer. Mount up. We're gonna conquer the missus. Take over that land. Torches and pitchforks. We're taking it. What else we got going on here for max battles? I think it is pretty rural. I haven't downloaded it, and looking at the map here, it's only on the main streets where there's shopping plazas, gas stations, the local parks. Like this particular park has a few different things, so it ends up having a few different stops. So for instance here, there's the basketball court, that's one stop. And then the sign for the park, that's another stop. And then the picnic area, that's another stop. And then the waterfront sign, That's another stop. So this particular area where I'm parked has 4 different Pokestops. It's probably the most congested aside from earlier when we were making the turns into the park. I showed you guys the sky. That area is pretty congested with Pokestops. You can get 2 or 3 of them sitting in a parking lot. Let's see, we got a raid coming up here soon. I don't know what's in the raid. And then it looks like they've got Beldum. And who's that? Yeah, I can't do that one either. That's a 3-star. What's Beldum? Beldum's a 3-star too. I can't do that one.
Action started. Please wait.
It's trying to make me listen to my story because it's 9 o'clock. I listened to an audiobook on Pocket FM called The Vampire System, My Vampire System. I've been listening to it for about 8 months. It's gotten pretty damn good too. I mean, it was good in the beginning, but it's gotten better and better and better as I keep listening. Sableye. Let's see. The only one nearby is a Krabby. As far as power spots go.
Daily action. Please continue.
It might be all up for grabs. I don't know. I imagine if you had that thought, Aaron, it's likely other people also had that thought. And like you said, as it is as rural as it is, if you had that thought and somebody else had that thought, there's a good chance it's already occupied and claimed. I won't know until I figure it out, but I have to imagine. But there's probably a bunch of land that's still available to take. Private land, that kind of thing. Oh, you lost your bonekins? You're gonna have a hard time getting it where you dropped it. Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time getting it right there. Do you want some help? You want some help? No. Let me help you. Here you go. Definitely a much better angle. You had to buy the land, Aaron? No, see, that's probably where it would turn me off. If there was a grind involved in having to buy them, or I had to pay real money. Because I enjoy the Pokemon game, but I don't really necessarily grind. You know, if I see an event that might be interesting. There was a point in time when I had more time to do that. So like for instance, I wanted the legendary Blastoise with the legendary move Skull Bash. And in order to do that, you had to evolve the Squirtle into Blastoise during Community Day. So I grinded to get a bunch of Squirtles that particular day in order to get that legendary guy. Now what's this guy? This is a raid here. Mega Gyarados. No, I don't think I can take him on either. He's a 4-star. You know, the more Pokemon Go does for their games, the less satisfied I am with being a casual player. Oh, you pay for the in-game currency. I've done that a few times with games. If I enjoy the game enough, I might pay for the in-game currency. And much like other things in my life, there was a point in time where I was playing mass multiplayer online role-playing games, MMORPGs, where they would do war. You know, you'd get your little castle and you'd build up your army, and then you'd attack other castles and steal their resources. And then you had your clan or your alliance, and you would build up a rally and then attack bigger characters and whatnot. And I played those for probably 6 to 10 years. Yeah, you spent hundreds on RuneScape. Yeah, I spent thousands on that mass multiplayer online role-playing game. Thousands. Like, I was spending, at the time I was making, you know, close to $40 an hour working full time. So I was bringing in after taxes like $2,000 a check every single week. And I didn't have a lot of expenses. I was traveling for the job, they were paying for the room and the food and giving me a budget for food. So I had a lot of extra income. And I didn't have any kids. I was single. So I used that income to have fun in my off time. And so I bought a lot of in-game currency and I had a lot of fun for a while. And then it just started to be this money grab. The game would, initially it came out with updates like once every couple months that required you to buy in-game currency to be up on the up and up. And then it started coming out new content that you had to buy in order to be on the up and up, like once every 2 weeks. And then it became once every week, and then it was like every 3 days. And in the course of a week, when they released 3 new updates for the week, by the time the end of the week came around, you didn't have the appropriate gear to protect your resources. And they started using numbers that didn't make any sense. They started adding letters and stuff at the end. It was weird. But me and the whole group of friends that I had stopped playing that one. Then we started playing this Ocean Wars game. And I was trolling real hard. Like, trolling to the point where I had like 15 different accounts in addition to my main account. And my main account I would spend a couple $100s on. And then I'd have these other accounts and I would just troll the world chat with these other accounts pretending to be toys. That was the tag name for our alliance, was Toy. And it was an acronym for Trouble Over Yonder. And we showed up on that server with, I don't know, 15 players who were already familiar with war games. We'd all transferred from a different war game. We were like, fuck this war game, we're just gonna leave it, we're gonna go somewhere else, let's go together. And we all went. So we started this other game, and it was mostly dominated by the Turkish group and this other American alliance. And so the Turkish ended up just, they dispersed into other places and left the server. And then we were beefing with this other American alliance. They wouldn't let us capture the center castle. And so we would just watch them like a hawk, day in and day out, waiting for them to move. And when they made a mistake, we were there, and they hated it. In addition to me trolling, the moderators on that game, they just weren't having it anymore. You know, we just took too much time out of their day. They weren't able to relax while they were moderating because we were trolling. And they could have easily just put a string of code in to keep people from saying things that had to be moderated, but they refused to use the string of code, and they had live moderators instead. So I trolled the live moderators, and at some point, one of the other people in my alliance trolled the live moderator while I wasn't online, and they got a mute. And when they muted them, they also muted me, and they muted me for 4 years. And at that point, everybody in the alliance was like, fuck this game, and we all left. Like, all of us, all at once. Thousands of dollars worth of people who were paying for in-game content left all at the same time. And it killed that server. There was no longer fighting in that server. Precision is back. Hello, Precision. We're super early today. We've got an awesome angle going on, so we're not checking out the dog's butts. Annie's over here hiding behind me in the kiddo's seat. I don't know if you can see that. She's over here hiding behind me. Baccalaureate Bonnie. I never had games for Times Adult, but I was pretty deep into Crossout. I don't know Crossout either, Aaron. The client in Texas hasn't noticed I'm slacking off the chat here. Shh, don't tell him. Don't tell him. You're not slacking, you're just taking a mental health break. Doing today, Precision? How's the weather over there? We're over here chilling at the park, checking out the new camera angle. I got you guys up on the dash now, so the dogs don't stick their butt right in your face, block the camera. Which one's that? Oh, that's where the Dynamax Krabby is? Fuck that. That's like a 10-minute drive from where I'm at. And that's exactly why I don't grind like some of these other players do. I look at the map and I'm like, I'll go 2 blocks. Anything further than that, and no. What's this guy? Way over here in the distance. Oh, that's just a gym. Nothing happening at the gym. We're doing some item grinds right now, kind of, while we sit here. So we just got to keep waiting for the Pokestops to reset. Item bag is full? No, it is not. Get out of here with that. I have 1,000 capability and it's full. Alright, we're gonna get rid of some of these regular Pokeballs then. Let's get rid of 400 of those. Because I don't need 400 standard Pokeballs. I used to have a couple hundred Ultra Balls in my inventory, and then I'd use them all. Crossout is like a World of Tanks, but you build the tank Mad Max style. Nice! That sounds like a cool game, man. There's only a few games that I really have any time for these days. So, I've got Minecraft, but it just takes hours to do things. And I don't actually play the survival Minecraft. I just like building crap. So I go into Creator and I just build stuff. Oh, there's a mobile version of Crossout? Things I didn't know for 100, please. What did I do with that lighter? Oh, right in my lap. Hiding. You guys can't see Brandy, but she's pretty intently looking out the window. Like a twister there. Oh, what is it doing? Share with my audience? No. I clicked something by mistake. There she is. Staring out that window hard. No, I think she's just checking it out. And it may be a little grainy But that's parking lot, not water. It's just wet outside, so it looks like water. And this is the front facing, not the rear facing, so it's got a max megapixel of 15. Why does that one keep popping up with weird colors? There's a zigzag goon that when he pops up on the screen, it like throws this green color bubble. A neon green bubble. But if I already have it, I'm not interested in getting another one unless it's a shiny. Oh, there it is. We got a shiny Metatite. Check that out. That's cool. We found ourselves a shiny Metatite. We're going to be catching him. Ooh, bounce right off his head. There you go. Got him. There he is. Shiny Metatite. First shiny of the day. That's cool. Well, there's a Team Rocket grunt. Might have to battle him. You're playing Warframe instead and carrying the team and us to victory. Why do you keep carrying your teams, Cosmo? I would probably try to get into a different team. Players that you don't have to carry quite so much. Don't be screaming at them, just delete them from your alliance. Shape up or ship out. Ain't nobody got time for that. Get lost? I'm bushed, he says. Weird, but okay. I'm going to use Snorlax, Blastoise, and Pinsir to go against this guy. Alright, we got Snorlax versus Gilgar. Oh, jeez. That was quick. He got up to his charge move fast. The weather here is taking a turn. You might lose power. If I dip off, I'm not being rude. That's alright, Aaron. If you lose power, just focus on making sure everybody's safe. You know, get the phone on the charger. Just in case you need to call emergency services for something. Alright, we've taken down Gilgar. We're on to the next one. Rhyhorn. Taking on Rhyhorn. Ooh, super effective. The moves are taking down my Snorlax. We're gonna have to switch soon. You're the EcoFlow battery, but you're rural. And usually needs cell network too. Ooh, that's rough. We've taken down Rhyhorn with the Blastoise. And now we're going after Flygon. Let's hit him in. The only problem with the Skull Bash is it takes a long time to charge it up. But the benefit of that is that it increases your defense. Hit him with another Hydro Cannon. And that's it. Flygon is down. And we didn't lose any Pokemon. We've won that battle. And now, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to try to catch a Gilgar. There it is. Dark Gilgar. Give him some berries. Throw a ball at him. Oh, he popped loose. Let's try again. Give him a raspberry. Get a left-hand curve going on this ball going. Oh, he popped out again. Maybe we'll try a pineapple berry. Let's see if that keeps him in the ball. We'll try a right-hand curve on him this time. Great throw. Oh, geez, he didn't even shake once on that one. All right, let's try a Nab berry. Maybe Nab, keep him in there. We only got 5 more chances to catch this Dark Gilgar. Shadow Gilgar. Throwing a curve at him. Oh, excellent throw. I think we might have caught him on this one. Yep, we got him. The only reason they won is because of you carrying them. You need new teammates, Cosmo. You need new teammates. You gotta tell them they gotta up their game. Otherwise, they'll keep playing with you. Yeah, maybe. That could be your niche. If you did some game streaming. I think Aaron might have a point there. But it also kind of sounds like you need a different teammate. You know, if you're going to be carrying them, they're going to keep trying to play with you because you keep helping them win with little to no effort. See, I'll spin you a little bit more. Zumba's locked into whatever's happening outside too. How's it? Thank you. So when you're playing Warframe, is it always the same group of people that you play with? Or is it like Warzone and Call of Duty where you can just show up in a lobby and then you get randoms? Okay, it's like Call of Duty. So you're carrying random players to a win, And that's less upsetting, I guess, than if it were the same people over and over and over that you're carrying to a win. As someone in the industry, I can say that women in their mid to late 20s do extremely well streaming on YouTube. Yes, yes, they do. I see a lot of talentless people streaming on YouTube. I call them talentless because, you know, it doesn't take any talent to have good looks. And unfortunately for them, the window of opportunity for them to be, you know, doing their thing on YouTube is short because looks fade. It's longer than the life of a dog, maybe, but looks fade, and they fade fast. So if your looks are the only reason you're getting followers, and you don't intend on investing thousands upon thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars on plastic surgery, eventually you're gonna fall off the map. Oh, Chris, my guy, yesterday I saw a woman bribe 1,000 men into liking the stream so she would be bra only for the rest of the stream. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. It's short-lived. You know, those people, they fall off the map early. They don't, as we've talked about, they don't leave a legacy. You know, they're 10 years from now, people aren't going, do you remember that one time that girl got $1,000 from people to wear a bra? It took them 2 minutes for 1K likes. What do I gotta do for 1K likes? I gotta get in here and shake my booty? Do I gotta shake my booty for y'all? Is that the case? I gotta come in here and shake my booty to get 1,000 likes? You gotta get some booty shaking going on here. Spent 12 years and around 4 grand so far, and I'm still not at the top of the game. Yeah. Yeah, I played my war game for probably 6 years. And over the course of those 6 years, I think I spent about $12,000 on the game. And I was nowhere near the top. Nowhere near it. Like, I couldn't even compete with the top people in my server. Like, I could compete. I couldn't dominate. I couldn't win. So what I was able to do is I was able to take like the center portion of the map, or the castle, or, you know, the throne, if you will. I was able to hold that down for like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. And in order to capture it, you had to hold it down for 6 hours. So you really needed a team. Oh, the game of your industry. Okay. But yeah, I spent easily $12,000 on that game. Still wasn't at the top, and it became this giant money grab. And there was nothing but ads all over the screen all the time. And the game would glitch out, and there would be like this lag going on when you sent your marches out, and you wouldn't see other people marching at you. So it became more of a headache to stay involved in it. And all of us just decided, like a group of us, not like 1 or 2 people, like a group of like 15 people decided we're leaving the game at this point. Where are we going next? Because we had built such a tight-knit community over the 6 years with a group. And, you know, we had a line group, and we had a Discord group. And so the group of us just decided we were going somewhere else. We're going to a different game. And that didn't work out, so. Do I make lazy food like burger and chips, or should I make lasagna? Oh, lasagna. Lasagna for sure. If I had to choose between burgers or lasagna, lasagna. It's a little bit more time consuming, but you'll eat it twice as fast because it's twice as good. Plus, there's more vitamins and nutrients. depending on what you layer it with. I mean, tomatoes, they've got vitamin C. And then you get your dairy, right, from your cheese. You get your starches from the pasta. There's more food if the power is off, too. Yeah. I was watching, while I was eating some dinner last night, we were watching Next Level Chef. That's the one with Gordon Ramsay where he's got the 3 different kitchens. The one at the bottom is like the shit kitchen, the one in the middle is kind of okay, and the one at the top is like pristine, top of the line equipment. And we watched a couple episodes of that while we were having dinner. And they had on social media chefs. We like to watch those things while we eat. I find that if I watch those cooking shows while I'm not eating, it makes me hungry. I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way. It's Solos, let's go. Uh-oh, there's a dog on screen. Here we go. Let's see if you guys can see that. Oh, no, it's behind stuff now. You can see those people walking. They look like they're under the slide right now. Doggo over there, so you might see them getting some attention over to that particular spot. I said I moved the car. It might. It might. They haven't noticed it yet. Oh, Annie noticed it. You see how intently she is looking now. You could tell as soon as she noticed it too. Oh, there it is, right there. Yep. I'm watching the playback on my other phone. As soon as she noticed it, she went into lock-in mode. And now she's staring hard. Oh, they're about to go around the corner of the building there. She's not going to be able to see him. Watch her freak out. Look at her, see? She's freaking out. She's like, they went somewhere. I don't know where they went. They went somewhere. But like I said yesterday, you know, there's nobody here at the park right now, which is why I didn't mind flipping the camera around. And those 2 people walking that dog were adults. There's no expectation of privacy in public. If it were my kid and somebody was filming them in public, I'd have something to say about it. So I wouldn't want to do that to somebody else's kids. You should clip this and voice over for Annie. You guys feel free to clip whatever you want. I mean, I try not to put anything on here that's going to make me appear in any kind of light that I don't approve of. And I do go through and kind of graze through the content of the previous live streams. What I'm looking for is new commenters to subscribe to. Everybody who subscribes or who comes in and chats gets a subscription from me, so I try to stay on top of that. I don't want to have too much work all at once. So I try to do that right after the live stream or before I live stream again. But the other caveat of doing that is that I also look through and see if there's maybe something I missed that I don't want on camera. And if I see something that I don't want on camera, it's likely that you're not going to see it published. I don't have any editing equipment right now, and I don't want to be downloading an 11-hour live stream or like a 6-hour live stream. So I haven't done any editing for those. And also, the editing for long-form videos is like non-existent on YouTube. They won't let you just cut a video together using YouTube unless it's a short. I can do the editing. I just don't have any editing software that's not gonna charge me out the ass. Like I used this app B-Cut before, but now they want to charge me for use, and it got more confusing than it used to be. But when I first used it, I was able to just tell an app to open inside B-Cut. And then I could add music to it, I could cut things in and out. There would be different channels of tracks, there's a left and a right channel. But I think it would it would be more interesting to edit out those. No, it's not for editing short. It's for editing any and all videos, I think. Or maybe it's just for editing pictures into a video, like still frames turned into a video. So I've got, I'll show you here. So this is what it looks like. It's B-Cut. And then so you gotta, there's a giant glare from the other side. But you just click the button and you add, I think it only does still frames. Because I get to this screen and then photos and videos. Like it won't let me, I don't know if you can see that. At the bottom there's like a tab. Oh, there it goes, the videos are all popped up. And then, so I can click one, so click this one. And then we'll go to next step. Select a ratio, let's do 9:16, because that's what it was filmed on. Confirm. Optimizing for smooth editing. So maybe I just haven't messed with it enough. And there you go. See, there's the editing stuff there. You got the video down at the bottom, which is only 45 seconds long. You could put text over it, music, change the aspect ratio. It's just time consuming, really time consuming to do the editing. And I would have to download the long form video once it got finished being processed, and then put it on my phone and edit it, which if anybody who's ever edited anything that's an hour or two long, you know how time consuming that is. You've got to go frame by frame to get rid of things that you don't want. And basically I was just looking to get rid of dead space. Anywhere where my kid shows up and puts his face on camera, or dead space, or like yesterday's live stream where I put my driver's license with my thumb covering the important information, I would have edited that out. Just unnecessary things that don't have anything to do with the dogs. Yes, I do have Google Drive. DaVinci Studio. Is that a PC thing? Would it be easier to have what is the word for it? Managing thingamajiggies? Yeah, it would be a 2-hour process for me, for sure, to edit something like, I mean, sometimes I put a few shorts together this morning. I got 3 shorts together. I was like, I want to grind these out. I haven't put out a couple shorts in a couple days because I've been doing some long form live streams, and I put out a couple long form videos. But I wanted to do some today, so I pumped out 3 of them this morning. It took me about 30 minutes. So if you consider a 7-second short takes me 15 minutes to do, that's about average for how long it takes me to do a short. The channel manager can download the content. That would make it much, much, much easier for the back and forth of what we're doing. Much, much easier. Because then I wouldn't have to download it, upload it, then you would have to download it, edit it, upload it, and then I would have to download it and then re-upload it. We're talking like 5 different download and uploads. Whereas if it was channel manager, You download it, you edit it, you upload it, done. You know, so just for ease of operation, it would make more sense to do it that way than it would be to do it trying to do that. Yes, channel managers have enhanced permissions. And I think we've got a little bit of a rapport here where I think I could trust somebody with the content that's on my YouTube. If you were to steal the account from me, the thing that would bother me about it, which I don't think you can as a moderating manager, is the amount of time it took me to get the views and the subscribers. That would really be the only like downside to me, is replacing it would be kind of a pain in the ass. You're doing brand management in the YouTube level rather than at Google level. If you're granting it at the Google level, it's more to risk. Yes. Absolutely correct. I do not give out my Google logins to anybody. Nobody gets that managing permissions for my Google account. If you guys aren't familiar with Google, listen up. They track everything. They track your location, they track your searches on the internet, they track what apps you use, how long you use them for, how often you use them. They are collecting data on a massive scale from your phone. And if somebody has your logins for your Google account, they can see where you go, how long you stay there, how fast you traveled from one point to another, how often you go to that location, and they can find your location within 3 meters. That's 9 feet. 9 feet. That's closer than a policeman will allow you to get to them with a weapon. The rule for the policeman is 21 feet. If you're within 21 feet, they can pull their weapon on you. And Google can track your location within 10 feet. So don't ever give anybody your Google information. Goat in the building. What's up, Goat? There was some more interesting stuff happening here on screen. We're just talking about trying to edit videos and making them more interesting, getting rid of the dead space in some of the videos. Like, you've been to my live streams, right? When the dogs walk off camera, the couch is just sitting there on camera. That's boring as fuck. So I was hoping to get some editing done for the long form live streams and have those edited, all that dead space out. So yeah, we can, Aaron. We can. We'll talk about that. My girlfriend's still a little bit weirded out about a stranger over the pond getting involved in our life. I tried to reassure her yesterday that we did a video chat and I saw your filter glasses come off your face and a 360 view of your front door. I don't think it helped ease her any of her worry at all. So yes, I'm gonna mess with that a little bit today. If I hadn't been live streaming right now, I did. I already showed it to her. There are no secrets between us, Aaron. I don't keep anything from my girlfriend. You know, the best way to build trust is to not hide anything, right? And I don't have anything to hide. So I tell her everything, even if she doesn't like to hear it. If I'm not mistaken, CapCut just holds the mobile editing market hostage. Kind of, yeah. I don't know if it would calm her concern. See, part of this is, you know, I haven't gone viral. So it's not happening quick enough. And then, who's this guy that wants to help you? Why? What are the intentions? How come you have to get help from this guy? These are the questions that she's asking, and rightfully so. Somebody who cares about somebody else should care whether or not, their partner's being taken advantage of or potentially privacy issues going on. So that's not my concern. I feel like kindness is a rare commodity in the world, but I'm willing to let you show me kindness or prove to me that, you're not one of those people. And I feel like you have, but she wasn't privy to the conversation we had. She wasn't there while we were talking. So for her, it's just somebody else telling her it's okay and her not believing it because she didn't see it with her own eyes. So time, just some time, with her. She tends to come around with time. So we'll get there. Oh yeah. So you showed her the video where I went and got the phone and had the dogs eating jerky. I put up a longer version of Zuma eating the jerky today. Because by the time I started getting to the end of that other short, I was running out of space. So it was just like, here's the jerky, and then she took it from my hand, and that was the end of the short. But today I put up more of that video. And I'm going to keep editing from that video too, because there's a lot of content that I didn't put up there. Because it just wasn't really, it wasn't the focus of the short. But yeah, if you want to ease the missus' mind about that kind of stuff, there's the proof right there. We're in the store. There's the receipt. You won't be in my lives for 2 or 3 days because you'll be on Disneyland tomorrow. Okay. Cosmo, just don't forget, by tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if I haven't gotten proof that you're at least 16 years old to be on my staff, then we got to take the blue away. The first time knowing I said she was like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? Yeah. I don't know. I'm a small guy and we're trying to make ourselves bigger. And it's extremely helpful. It is extremely helpful. We've been able to do longer live streams now. We've been able to have better angles. Like this particular one. The phone's up here on the dash. So we can have a better angle looking at the dogs. I can see the chat because I'm not using the main phone. If somebody rings me, it's not going to interrupt the live stream. Does she like dogs? Does the missus like dogs, Aaron? Or is she a cat person? Gotta be careful saying that word around these guys. Oh, message is held for review. Who's holding here? Let's go. I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah. We'll let it show. Yeah, she's hesitant of strangers. She was raised kind of sheltered. So bad things really didn't happen to her as a kid. And I think it didn't prepare her for people trying to take advantage of her as an adult. So as an adult, I think it was a big eye-opener for her to find out that, people will take advantage if they can. But in all reality, what is there really to lose? You know, by letting you help me with this stuff. Time, effort. I know those are big commodities, but you know, time and effort, priceless things, yeah, but it's not like the content can't be replaced. I think it would probably take some wind out of my sail. Maybe not all of it. But there really is no downside of having somebody give you advice on something that they know more about than you do. That's the way I see it. I mean, what's the downside, right? If it gets better, it gets better. If it doesn't change, we're right where we were. $75 an hour is good money. But yeah, remotely, for sure. But also don't forget Cosmo, that he's got, what do you say, 12 years of experience. Speak with Dana, and if you want to do it through Google Drive rather than Studio directly, I'm not worried. I don't think she's worried about that. I think she's worried on wasting my time, and you might have an ulterior motive. But as they say in this industry, I'm a broke bitch. So if you're trying to dig into my pocket, you're gonna reach the bottom and you're gonna reach an empty hole. There ain't nothing at the bottom of my pocket except for maybe that receipt. If you're trying to scam somebody, you got the wrong one, buddy. There ain't nothing to scam out of me. I don't even have a credit score. You can't even open a line of credit in my name. You can't. I don't have a credit score. It's been so long since I had credit. I wrecked it the last time I had it, and it's been 10 years since I had any kind of credit. So I can't even apply for a credit card with my own face and identification. Good luck doing it from afar. I've tried getting one of those credit cards that are secured. The bank won't even offer me that unless I give them a deposit. They're like, we want you to put $100 down. I'm like, for a credit card? What's the point of credit if I have to give you money to do it? They're like, well, you don't have credit. And you don't have a credit history worth giving you credit for. So we're going to need some money up front. There ain't nothing you could take from me. I ain't got nothing to take. That's why we're here on the YouTube trying to do something with it. Ooh, top on the ground rate is? That's interesting. So if you have to get in the car and drive to somebody and not be remotely handling it. I do have an alternative motive. Here it's honestly pure. I'm broke as fuck, but the business is going good. In my life, I have 90% of my wealth and maybe $60 zero in my personal account. That's on a regular week. Expensive studio, yeah. Yeah. You know, once you've got the equipment to do something, doesn't it kind of feel like a waste to let it sit? You should go. Somebody's gonna pay for all the expenses for you to go to Vegas. You should go. For sure. I'd like to give all my services away for free and not charge anybody because everybody's pinching penny these days. I'd love to be able to just help people out for free all the time. You know, go do electrical work because some old lady's having a problem with their lighting or something, or needs a new light put up and can't afford to hire a $200 an hour electrician. You know, I'll do it for a flat rate. You know, that's not the bread and butter, but it makes me feel warm and fuzzy in my heart. E-Visa is being slow in getting back. I don't know Oh, e-visa. Okay, you're talking about like passport stuff with e-visa? I can ask my mom to put my ID up so you can take the blue away if she says no, I don't mind. Cosmo, I don't want to take the blue away. You deserve it. You deserve to be blue in here, girly. You do. The goal for this channel is to be monetized, and I can't do that unless I know that my staff is of appropriate age to do that. I want to see you succeed so you can pass the kindness on. Yes. Yes, Aaron, paying it forward. Absolutely. That's the whole point of this channel is, Zoom has done so much for my mental health, and I think she can help others. And I don't want to be selfish with that. I want to share it. Because, at the end of the night, and 90% of the time, I get her all to myself. But she's constantly trying to go up to other people, and I don't think I've ever seen her kiss somebody that didn't have a smile on their face. And after seeing that happen for, almost 3 years now, I had to do something with that. I've got to be able to share this with somebody, with people. USA needs either physical visa, can't get one thanks to the orange guy from London. Oh, or a plan line electric. That's an e-visa. Yeah. Traveling is a pain in the butt, huh? She said that I can't, but it's fine. You can take the blue away. I'm just happy to be here. I will leave it up until the deadline ends. If that makes sense. Like I said, I think you deserve it. If there was a VIP option that YouTube could give, like so when you're monetized, you can get memberships and the members turn green. If they had like a VIP option, I think that would be really cool. Somebody tell YouTube to get a VIP option in here so we can turn people colors without giving them permissions. You were here before Aaron, Cosmo. You were here before Aaron. Aaron wants to help, and that's awesome. But being honest about it, you were here before he was. You're here more often than he is. Oh, you definitely deserve it, Cosmo. You do. And I don't want to take the blue away from you. That's not what I want to do. But like I said, I want to monetize the channel, and in order to do that, I have to staff appropriate age members. So, if all in all, what it really boils down to is YouTube is a giant fucking dickhead. If there was a more popular streaming service to monetize from, I would say fuck YouTube and I would go there. But unfortunately, YouTube is probably, if not is, the most popular. And it would be hard to switch server to something that's less popular. Yep. And I appreciate that too, Aaron. Aaron said he's always here between tasks, but otherwise AFK building view time. And that's really what it is too. Um, the chats go a long way for the algorithm, and if you're not familiar with jumping in, Google is tracking the chats in a way so that when somebody comes in, right away the AI thing says this is what they're talking about, and the AI will catch you up on the conversation happening in chat. And see, TikTok pays creators 1/50th the earnings. So that means for every dollar that YouTube would have paid you, TikTok pays you 2 cents. And that's ultimately why I decided to use YouTube. Because I see people doing it, and I watched enough live streams to kind of go, well, I could do that too. Right? 2 cents. 2 cents on the dollar. That's crazy. That's crazy. For all that effort these people put in, hours upon hours of, you know, film for 2 hours, edit for a half an hour or an hour, and your result is a 15-second video. You know, for 2 cents. But my understanding is that YouTube will pay you ad revenue based on the amount of how much traffic your channel gets. And the more traffic you get, the more traffic they send your way. So some people fall asleep on their phones or with the computer running. They'll walk away from it while they're watching somebody's live stream, or the TV running while they're watching somebody's live stream, and they'll walk away from it. And there's an option to have it go on to the next thing. And I've seen some live streamers real late at night. They'll get a bunch of AFK people. They're like 6,000 views, and there's like 20 people actually talking. And it's because all these people fell asleep in somebody else's live stream that ended, and they got shoved into their live stream. You know, they just got scooted into there. So the more traffic you get, the more traffic they send your way. And the more traffic they send your way, the more people viewing, the more watch time you get. The more watch time you get, the more ads they run. The more ads that they run, the more revenue that you make as the streamer. So it's this domino effect of things. The more traction you get, the more traction they give you. You spent 3 weeks replicating the transporter beam from Star Trek for a client. That's a long time. Digitally? That is a good point. I could push your stream on into it. I think I have an on-site thing on Monday. Okay. 3 weeks sounds like a long time on a project, though. Like, did you I don't know about this. Did you kind of record yourself making, like, behind the scenes in the making of the Star Trek beam? Because 3 weeks, that sounds like a lot of, you know, you could have a time lapse footage doing that. Oh, okay, you had to learn it first. Yep. Yeah. The learning curve on some of these apps is wild. You could spend months trying to learn an app or a program. Aaron said he didn't want it. if it helps streamline studio editing and things like that, then I think I'm willing to do that. But if he doesn't want the responsibility, I'm not going to give it to him. You know, being blue comes with a set of rules and responsibilities, you know. Not everybody wants to lay the smack down on people. Like, I can handle management, right? But I don't want to really do it. And yeah, see, if you don't want the channel manager, that's fine too. And as far as I can tell, it can be given and taken away at any time. And there's no like wait period in between it. So if you don't want to be blue in the stream, that's cool. What we could do is we can make you the manager. You can do what you need to do. Let me know that you got what you needed from it, or that you uploaded or whatever, and you're done using the management privileges, and then we'll just turn it off. Yeah. So we'll turn it on when you need it. We'll turn it off when you're done using it. This way you don't have to deal with the responsibilities, you know, because it is a responsibility. You know, when you're blue in somebody's stream, sometimes you feel like you have to stay there. You're like, oh, well, there's nobody else in here who's going to moderate. But you don't have to. But yeah, it would definitely streamline the ability to get what's on my channel to you instead of downloading and uploading, you know, 406 videos. I could just give you access and then they're all there already. All you have to do is click. If you had no other mod in here, I'd be worried that Cosmo was kidnapped. I think if Cosmo didn't show up for it, it's going to be weird not having her here the next 2 days if she didn't show up. I'll be like, oh no, where's Cosmo? Where's Cosmo? Somebody called the police. They got her. They got her. And they're extorting her for privileges to my stream. Yeah, we definitely think something happened if he disappeared and we didn't hear about it. She's in here every day. Where could she have gone? The Bechamel? Bechamel? Is that a typo? Bechamel sauce? I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of that. Was that an autocorrect, Aaron? Ah, the white. See? My brain said that can't be right. That doesn't look anything like white. That's not the same. Oh, it's the correct term. Okay. Did I butcher the pronunciation of that? I feel like I butchered the pronunciation of that. Yep. I'm reading it phonetically. So does that the E there, does that have a long A sound? Is that why I'm butchering the pronunciation? Oh, we got another grunt here. Do you know how hot Pokemon Fire Breath can get? I don't know, grunt. Let's find out. Bechamel. Okay. It's an S sound. The C makes an S sound. Now, is that kind of like the gyro sauce? If you guys have never had a legitimate Greek gyro, it's worth trying. They get that lamb on like a rotisserie and they just shave slices of it off. Especially street vendors. You know, before COVID hit, there used to be all kinds of street vendors. They might be back in New York now, but I remember them being around all the time. And you'd be walking up and down the street and you'd see what they call dirty water dogs. That's what they call them, dirty water dogs. Oh, I think Brandy's going home. It's a seasoned flour with butter alternative and milk alternative seasoned with plain herbs. That sounds tasty. I think it's your time to go home, Brandy. Looks like your mama's here to get you. See if we turn this off and not lose the battle. Give me 1 sec, Dana. Brandy's mother is here. You want me to get her? Come on, Brandy. Back up, Pepper. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Alright. So Dana said, wait, channel manager. Yes. So the thing with channel manager is they get permissions to go into your account and add, delete, download content. I don't have anything on my channel that I wouldn't want somebody to have. But it would streamline the process between getting the content to Aaron to be edited and then back to me. She's still got some time. I'm gonna leave the status on blue until the aforementioned time has expired. So tomorrow, Monday, around 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, will have been 48 hours. And that's the timeline that I requested to have the knowledge and information. Yes, I did. There are other ways to get the content. You're showing up a little bit late. We were talking about that earlier. The other ways to get the content would be to download the video individually, upload the video to Google Drive. On his end, he would download that video individually, edit it, upload it back to Google Drive, and then I would download it onto my device and then upload it back to YouTube. So there's like 4 or 5 unnecessary steps that would be circumvented with the manager privilege. Aaron doesn't want the privileges. We're just thinking, we're brainstorming ways to make it streamlined so that there isn't an hour of me waiting for a video to upload, an hour of waiting for him to download the video. Because in order to get it off of YouTube, I would have to download it and then put it, like each video individually, I would have to download, wait for them to download, and then upload them to Google Drive, wait for them to upload, then he would have access to them once I give him the link, and then he would have to download the video, wait for it to download, put it in the editing software, do the editing, and then upload the video, wait for it to upload, then I've got to download it, wait for it to download, then I've got to upload it and wait for it to upload. So we're talking like, if the video's 3 hours long, it could take 45 minutes to do an upload or download, depending on what kind of internet megabytes. So the brainstorm was um to streamline it. You don't think anyone should have access to everything? That's how you lose control. Well, the access can be given and taken away. There's not going to be any. There's no like waiting period. I think Cosmo's referring to how often I repeat things for chat, and that's all right. I don't mind repeating things. But yeah, instead of going through all that upload and download, that's true, and we talked about that too a little bit earlier. The only thing that I would be worried about losing is the 1,000 subscribers and how close I am to being able to be monetized. I don't get the impression from Aaron that he would want to do that. And I think as you get to know him, you'll have a different impression, and maybe it'll settle your soul. I don't think they would have the capability of destroying my account. I think the most they would be able to do is like change my picture and delete content, that kind of thing. I don't think that the managing privileges allow them to delete my account or change my password. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that. He seems genuine, Dana. And he's just like he just did right there. He's offered to chat with you as well. And this is part of the conversation that you need to listen to me when I'm talking to you at home. When I was on video chat the other day, I was talking with Aaron on Discord. And there's a screen sharing option. And Aaron was showing me his screen. See? And that was the point I was just getting to that Aaron just made. He's got managing privileges to an account with 290,000 subscribers. And I saw another account where there's like 3,000 subscribers, and I think his account with only like 30 or something like that. Aaron's going above and beyond to show proof of authenticity. even still, even still, you know, see the angry astronaut there. That's one of the managing accounts that he showed me the other day. Well, Dana, he doesn't use that account to share stuff like that because that's not the point of the channel. The Angry Astronaut is about space stuff, conspiracy theories and space travel and all that stuff. So even if Aaron was the creator for that channel, it wouldn't go well with the algorithm to throw some dogs in there. Nope, you don't have to have their password in order to log in as a managing. You would log in through your own account, and then I think you just switch to managing that person's account. But if I'm not mistaken, you would do that through your own account. So, like we were mentioning earlier, you wouldn't be giving out your Google logins or your YouTube logins. You would just be giving permission to the page. Yeah, see? It logs in with his own accounts. And once again, Aaron said he doesn't want the managing privileges for the managing privileges. We were brainstorming this as an idea to keep it from taking 5 hours just to exchange the content. Midi-Jen is in here. Hello, Midi-Jen, how are ya? We're quite a bit early today on the live stream. We've been live for 2 hours and 13 minutes. There are other ways to do it, yes. Aaron is correct, and that was the original suggestion, to use Google Drive. And then I thought about that for a moment, and it's very time consuming to do it that way, because everything would have to be uploaded and downloaded individually per file, whereas managing access, all of it would be right there at fingertips. And so it could be like, okay, if you can help me with the editing of this video, that would be awesome. So I'd give the managing privileges, he'd do his things, I would take the managing privileges back, and the content would have been edited. The less invasive way is hugely time consuming. If you had given me an option where you were going to use your time and expertise, I would try to circumvent wasting your time. Yeah, do you want to use the time to download and upload and download and upload? We can do that, Dana. It could be the in-between. If you want to waste all your time trying to download and upload every individual video, we're talking over 500 videos. Potentially. And some of these videos are an hour, 2 hours, 6 hours. So We're talking about growing the channel right now, Midi-Gen. Midi-Gen asked, what's the topic? So we're talking about manager privileges and trying to streamline the editing process. And I don't want to waste a bunch of time waiting for files to upload and download. That sounds like a giant headache and a waste of time. Absolutely correct. This is my channel. And, you know, for the sake of time, I think it would be worth the risk. Not yet, Midi-Gen. The channel is not monetized yet. We're working on watch hours at the moment, which is why I've been going live more often for longer. Oh, time's up. The battle ended. Oh well. Let's look here. What YouTube is saying. So when I looked yesterday, I had like 150 hours of watch time. Why is it doing that? It wouldn't let me see the bottom apps. You're leaving? Well, geez. That was fast. Let's see. What does it say on Earn? On Earn, it says I have 153 valid public watch hours out of the 3,000 that I need. So we're cruising along. We're not quite there. We're cruising along. We're going to keep doing our thing. But just looking through the list here, let's see, we've got 3 hours and 44 minutes, 5 hours and 23 minutes, 3 hours and 47 minutes, 3 hours and 3 minutes, 8 minutes, 5 hours and 27 minutes, an hour and 6 minutes, 3 hours and 23 minutes, 3 hours and 34 minutes, 2 hours and 43 minutes, an hour and 52 minutes, an hour and 59 minutes, 42 minutes, 1 hour and 26 minutes. I mean, we're talking like 24 to 30, maybe even 40 hours. Oh yeah, there's easily like 45 hours of video here. And if you're not familiar with what it takes on crappy quality video, a 1 hour or 2 hour video is, I think it's 2 hours with crappy 720 quality is going to take 4 gigabytes of space. And if your upload download speed is at 30 megabytes per second, that could take you a half an hour to do. For 2 hours. We're talking 45 hours worth of video that I would be uploading and downloading at a half an hour per upload, maybe 15 minutes per download. So 45 minutes per video per 2 hours. That's like 6 hours just uploading and downloading. It'd be a lot. I will, Aaron. I will definitely make sure she's comfortable what we're doing. I think she's feeling a little bit of jealousy and envy. Maybe add some big videos and creative thumbnail and title. Dude, you don't need to upload a longer video, but a short video that go viral. You never know, Midi-Gen, what's gonna go viral. You never know. Like, I had no idea that Stomp Like an Elephant short that I made was gonna go viral. It sat for a week with 1,200 views on it before it just got 70,000 views overnight. And it's sitting still over at 115,000 right now. That's viral for me. Typically, I don't get any more than 4,000. My average is between like 90 views and 900 views. So less than 1,000 is my average. So for one video to get 115,000 views is crazy for me. She is protective, but I know her pretty well, and I think the word is envious or jealousy. Yep. Random Brit claims to want to help. Definitely not an everyday thing. But like I said yesterday, my gut it tells me, I get vibes from people, and I'm pretty good at my gut feeling. And my gut is not telling me that I'm being, I mean, maybe it's a long con. Who knows? But the worst thing that can happen really is to have my content deleted. I think she did. I think she did. And it's not a conversation that we had before, aside from the fact that I said I didn't want to make anybody managing privileges. I didn't want to give anybody managing privileges because I didn't want to give anybody that much power, and that included her. But this hypothetical choice would be made not for giving somebody managing privileges so much as to get the assistance in the studio. I want to make that part clear. It wouldn't be to give power. It would be to get assistance. Without wasting everybody's time. Upload and download is a giant waste of time for videos that are that big. So we'll talk with her again at some point. I want her to be comfortable with the idea too. But I think I've said it before. I didn't go viral overnight in the first week, and her patience isn't as good as some other people's patience. So in a lot of aspects, I think it appears as a giant waste of time to do this because it isn't happening overnight, you know? Absolutely, Aaron. And Minigen's right. You can't just trust a random person. And I'm not just trusting a random person. Like I've had a few interactions with Aaron on and off stream. We converse in Discord. I've seen his face. I know what the front of his house looks like. Like he, you know, proof by the trash bin that he's not, local. It is and it isn't, Minigen. Video editing is is kind of easy, but it's time consuming. And if you don't have the proper equipment, like higher end equipment, the process can take so long. The process of video editing can take longer than the video is itself. Like if I spend a half an hour editing, it's only going to be a 1 minute short. So that's a half an hour per 1 minute short. If I put out 3 shorts, I've now spent an hour and a half. And it adds up quickly. Time is a valuable resource that we will never get back. And if we spend all of our time trying to ship digital media across the ocean, then there won't be very much time left to get the editing done. And then that means for you guys, you won't get the content as quickly. So if I put a video out today that needs to be edited, and it takes me 3 hours to do the upload, download, transfer thing, and it takes 3 hours to edit the video, that means instead of getting the video in an hour, it would take 6 hours. If it's a longer video and it takes a couple days to edit it, it could be the difference between having it in the morning on Tuesday morning or having to wait until Thursday morning to get it. There you go too. That's a very good point. Google storage fees start to add up. If you've got a Google Drive, you can get it on there, but you're only allowed to upload a certain amount of stuff, and then they want you to start paying for extra storage. Whereas YouTube currently holds on to that content on their server, and it's just there for you to access from any device anywhere in the world. And that would be the idea behind the privileges. I would grant the permission, and then the access would be there at his fingertips as soon as he went blue. And then all of that work can be done from his end, and I'd be able to access it within moments from my end. So the idea behind it, the theory would be that it streamlines the ability to do it. Not so much for the privileges. Why would I want to upload to Google storage? I would do that in order to get around giving privileges. If I gave somebody managing privileges, they'd be able to get into my content and download it onto their device and upload things onto it if they wanted to. Whereas if you didn't give managing privileges, you'd have to do the backdoor way of doing it, which is put the file on the internet, and then they have to grab the file from the internet, and then they have to put the file back on the internet once it's edited, and then I have to pull the file off the internet and then put it back on the internet. So it would eliminate having to do all that upload and download. Yeah. It would give immediate access to all the content on my channel without having to use a third-party app. So me and Aaron, or another space nut, are trying to get the channel more interesting. And the best way to do that is to use a studio or a third-party screen overlay. And I don't have a lot of experience with that, and I also don't have a lot of equipment to do that, whereas Aaron does, and he's offering to help me out with that. I'm not. Lasagna's finally out of the oven. Oh yeah. No, Aaron's offering to help me with his experience because he'd like to see this channel grow. And I think that's because this one here is so loving, and you know, the intentions of this channel are good intentions with the hopes of spreading positivity. So there really is no downside to it, to letting Aaron help me. And if I could make that easier on both of us, why wouldn't I do that? So the other side is Dana doesn't need managing privileges. She's not going to utilize the managing privileges. She's not going to use her time to better the channel. So no, it's Aaron, I think it's just a new thing. It's new, and like you said, she's being protective, and I think she's being a little bit envious that I was willing to do it for a stranger. But I don't think she quite understands that the reason that I want to do it isn't because I want to give somebody managing privileges. It's because the process the other way around takes too long. So I think so too, Medijan. I think so too. And especially for the longer amounts of content, for videos that are 6 hours long, that could take an hour to upload, maybe a half an hour to download. That's an hour and a half each time it needs to be put on the internet and taken off. So it'll add up quickly, and that's just a giant waste of time for people. And I don't want to waste people's time who are trying to give me, help that I would desperately need for my channel. And for you guys is the whole reason, right? Like, I could be satisfied doing it this way for a while. But if I want the channel to grow, then I have to expand. And part of expanding is trusting strangers to help you with your sensitive information. Maybe not privacy information, but that kind of thing. If her concern is deleting, I'd have to do it one by one. We would notice before I could go far. I could have done it to bigger channels that would maybe detect more than playing along con. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Why would somebody want to con somebody's channel who's not monetized, has a minimum amount of subscribers, just getting started on the channel? It doesn't make a lot of sense for somebody to want to take over my channel, for lack of better words, for their own malicious intent. It just doesn't make any sense for Aaron to want to do that. Why wouldn't he go for somebody who's got 6,000 subscribers, they're not monetized yet, and they're putting out content every single day, 12 hours long? Like, if you want to sabotage somebody, there are other people that would be a more likely target. Yep. Yep. At any point, you could have switched to Angry Astronaut's 4 to 8K income to my own AdSense account. Yeah. Absolutely. Could have just redirected all that, huh? But then there's the protective side of it that YouTube allows, where even though they would have managing privileges, those privileges could be taken away. Well, that's the thing too, Midi-Jen. She says some people depends on live stream only. How about you upgrade live stream to earn from donations? I'm not monetized yet, which means I can't get super stickers. If you can look at your screen there, you just see the smiley face. If I was able to get donations and super stickers, next to that smiley face there would be a dollar bill sign. You'd be able to click that dollar bill, and then you'd be able to buy memberships or gift memberships or write a super sticker or write a super chat, and the donations would come in that way. But because this channel is still in the groundbreaking stage, like, we've only been doing this maybe 2 months, as far as the live streaming goes. The channel has existed for a long time. I've been making content for about 6 months. Right. And that's the thing too. I'm not paying for people to give me donations and things like that. because I could put a link in here and say, this is my Cash App. Donate to me. So what the idea is that Aaron wants to help me with is making the screen more interesting to look at. Putting things on the screen that are informative and relevant to the page. You know, like if I'm going to be doing something exciting tomorrow and I want to advertise it today, I can get that scrolling up on the screen and Aaron can help me with that. Or instead of every 5 minutes telling everybody, this one's Rottweiler Husky, this one's Rottweiler Boxer, you know, I'd be able to just pop that up on the screen and it would say, here's Annie, she's Rottweiler Husky. Here's Zuma, she's Rottweiler Boxer. And you wouldn't need me to repeat that all the time. It would be up there on the screen. You would know the moment you came in who that dog is and what their breed is. And then, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here, but some of the other ideas that we're throwing around is doggy camera, like a point of view from her collar. So I think that would make some cool content for you guys to see from the doggy's point of view. The other idea that we're throwing around here is a donation-based treat system where you'd be able to say, you know, I want to donate to this guy so I can give this dog a treat and watch him eat the treat live. So big things are coming. Big things are coming. We have lots of ideas to grow this channel to make it more interesting, and you guys are here in the groundbreaking stage, and I won't forget you guys. Don't you worry. You might change your handle or your display name. Just let me know who you used to be. You guys are going to get the same amount of love and appreciation because, like I said, you guys are the channel. You guys make the whole channel. Without you guys, there isn't a channel. And I want to make that more interesting for you guys to go. Cat camera videos that go super viral. I've seen a dog with a selfie stick before, where the dog like wears this vest or something around its collar, and there's like a selfie stick with a 360 camera, so you see directly in the dog's face the whole time they're playing. So I want to make the content more interesting for you guys to see. You know, this is boring. This is boring, and it's kind of like this for pretty much every live stream. And if there was some more interesting stuff happening on the screen, like maybe up here, or like, you know, a sticker, or something that scrolls up here, or like Aaron was saying, like a QR code over here that you say, oh, Zuma Kissed Me has got some new content. Let me just click that. Clink. And then you'd go right to her page and you'd see the newest stuff. You know, if and when I get the merch thing going, I could put a link up on screen for the merch store. Commands, exactly. Yep. Oh, can I do the drugs and money shakes with Zuma? I don't know, we'll see. What do you think, Zuma? Give me the drugs. Good drugs. Give me the money. Good money. Good drugs and money. Good girl. That's Cosmo's favorite trick. She knows a few other tricks too. The simple ones like sit, lay down. And lay down and relax are two different type of laying down. So like when I tell her to lay down, she'll lay down flat. And then when I tell her to relax, she'll kick her legs out from under her and she'll lay kind of side saddled. And each of those commands, they have hand signals for them as well. Like for her left and right shake, this is the left shake, this is right shake. And then she's got lay down, and then all the way. Right, sit is 1 point, and then all the way is 2 points. And then when I want her to relax, so she's got hand signals for all of them. So a lot of times I don't even need to say anything to her. I'll just give her the hand signal, and then she'll do the thing. Hanzhou, yeah.
Thank you for the kisses. Thank you for the kisses. Oh, thank you.
Do we want snacks? Oh, yeah, we do. We want snacks. Yeah, thank you. Oh, thank you. We want snacks? Yeah, we want snacks. I can't right now, Midi Jen. We're in the car. I'd have to jump out of my seat and run around the side of the car and move the camera around and scooch the seat back here. Oh, we got a live stream alert here going off on my phone. It's telling me go live. We got 10 minutes, but we're already there because we started off way early today. I got up at a decent hour. We started off way early. So if you guys remember from one of the shorts, we got the duck jerky, right? And it came in those big long strips. So what I did is I cut it down into little bite-sized pieces so that they last longer. And they aren't just, they can have, you know, 4 or 5 of them in a day instead of just 1 or 2 without messing up their stomach. Here you go, Annie. Oh, there's a good treat there. Zuma. Oh, they can't see you because Annie's face is in the way. Here you go, Zoe. Good girl. Well, thank you for the kisses. That's it. All gone. All gone. We can't be giving you guys too much of them. Are we holding hands now? Is that what we're doing? We're holding hands? No, we aren't going anywhere, Midi Jen. We are stopped here at one of the local parks. I came here mainly because they have some Pokestops, and the plan was to grind a few Pokestops and get some Pokeballs and some potions and healing stuff. Because there's, in this particular parking spot, I can reach 4 different Pokestops without going anywhere. So we were doing that. I caught myself a shiny Metatite. So that was cool. But we got up early today. And I didn't want to be making a lot of noise in the house and yelling out to people, Minigen! You know? Waking up the kiddo, who was still asleep when I left the house this morning. Oh, there's somebody on the water in the kayak. This is where we're at right now, Midi Jen. Flip it around so you can see it. We're at the local park and there's a waterfront right there. I don't know if you can see this off to the left here. It won't let me move the camera. But there's a guy off to the left over there. He's on a kayak. Well, he's now off camera. But he was there. He was there. And we had a better view before because there wasn't all this park equipment in the way. But the jungle gym's in the way from where we're parked now because we can hit the Pokestops. Cosmo! People are going to start looking at me weird from around the park. And be like, who's this guy yelling from his car? It does look like a ghost town. That was the intention. I wanted to get there. What I wanted to do was some off-leash training with Zuma. And then as soon as I decided that's what I wanted to do, I realized that the grass is still soaking wet from having rained. It's, if you can't tell, it's a little bit windy. You can see those trees moving around quite a bit. And you see how overcast it is, so it's kind of gross outside. So I didn't want her getting soaking wet in the grossness. So we just kind of came over here. Yeah, that was the goal, Aaron. It was, we were gonna do some off-leash training while there was nobody else here at the park. You know, there wasn't going to be any distractions. Not very likely for other dogs and whatnot. It was going to be early. The pack of duck jerky was $10, and that was for the 16-ounce bag. There's the 16-ounce bag there. That's what she likes there. The premium duck jerky, no added colors, preservatives, or anything else. They make a larger bag. I think it's a 30-ounce bag. It's $20. But it's the premium stuff for sure. A chungus of a spider in my room. Oh boy. Well, if you can capture it and put it back outside, they'll eat those bugs that you hate way more than spiders. So, would it alleviate some concern if I transferred money for jerky from a PayPal in the name of my missus? I don't know. You should capture it, Cosmo. Don't kill it. Spiders are really good for the food chain. If you hate mosquitoes more than you hate spiders, capture it and set it free. What I tell my son, the general rule of thumb is if it's in the house and you can capture and get rid of it, then do that. If you can't or won't capture it, it's invading your space. Kill it. Might help Dana relate to me as a person more than some internet thing. Yeah, it might. It might, Aaron. Maybe we'll do. Once we're not on stream and all that, maybe we'll do like a video chat between us where she can see your face and you take off the filter glasses so she can see that it's not a filter. You know, the way you did with me. Because that was definitive proof as far as I'm concerned. Your face was on camera. You showed me your trash bin, which has got the name of your town on it. You did a 360 spin of the front of your house. You know, that's pretty definitive. That's pretty definitive proof right there. Used to have a dog, Tony. He died peacefully 6 years ago. After that, I never adopted any dog. He was the best dog. I feel you there, Mini Jen. I don't think, like, I'll probably have a different service dog after she's retired, which will either be if she can't work after having puppies or after she passes away, and I can only imagine how difficult that would be. Taking a spider outside is setting it out for dinner for things that want to kill it. Maybe yes, maybe no, Aaron. If you can leave the spider alone where it's at and it's not bothering you, I would just leave it. That's what I tell my kiddo. But if it's invading your space and you can't stand being in the same space as it and you can't get it to go somewhere else, then we kill it. I don't like killing those creatures because I hate mosquitoes way more. You take us through a walk to the British countryside. Oh, cool. So we would have some cool visuals to look at too while we're doing the comfort chat. Puppies are a lot of work. Dana doesn't want her to have puppies. I want her to have puppies. Put it in the bathroom and watch it vanish, Cosmo. Yeah, you could. If you have a basement. So what I do when I need to catch a bug is I'll put a cup over it. And then I'll slide a piece of paper underneath that cup. And then I'll flip it over and hold that paper on top of the cup. And then bring it where I need to, just toss it. I did that the other day with a bee. There was a bee in the house, and bees are good for flowers, fruit, pollinating, and that kind of thing. So I caught the bee in a glass and then put it outside. That's true. Lots of places for them to escape in the bathroom. That's true. There's a bunch of different reasons why a spider might be housing themselves in your home. It is. Doesn't she look so stoic? And there's the boredom look. Oh, and of course, she's bored, so we're laying down now. Mmm, spiders. Yum. Throw them in some boiling chocolate, and you got yourself a little protein bite right there. This is true, yeah. More people eat spiders than spiders eat people. This is true. And Jimmy Carr's got this stand-up bit that he does where he says, I'm going to alleviate your fear of spiders right now. So he tells him, imagine you're in the comfiest place in the world. You're snuggled up in your bed, and a big old spider just comes out from under your bed where it lives, and it sits on your face, and it lays eggs in your eyeballs. And the next thing you know, tons of spiders coming out of your eyeballs. Did I cure your fear of spiders with that story? Let's see. Well, because we don't know what your house looks like, if you've got a basement or you've got like a little section underneath your house, I would put it there. Just kind of piggyback off of the comment that Aaron made earlier about things wanting to eat the spider. It's going to be hard for a bird to see it from bird's eye view if there's stuff in the way. So, for instance, your house is stuff that's in the way. A bird can't just fly through your wall. So if you put it like under your stairs or in the basement, it'll find a way to go where it wants to go. Yep, in the corner of the bathroom or a dark cupboard. If you're not looking to kill it, yep. I try to avoid killing them because I know they eat mosquitoes, and I hate mosquitoes more. Vote. There's this weird looking car next to me. Well, not next to me. It's like 10 spaces away. But it looks like it's been spray painted. And it says BLM on it. We won't get into the political talk on that, but I think it's silly. It looks cool. I think the message is a little... could be a different message. But it looks cool. I love a life of doing no harm to anything alive. Oh, live a life. Yeah, I try. I try. Oh, I was going to give you guys a shot of what that car looked like, but somebody else pulled up in between us. So now there's no view. I try not to mess with the natural order. The natural food chain. Darwinism, if you will. I think humans have interfered with Darwinism enough. There's a lot of people who exist nowadays that if Darwinism was still a thing, wouldn't exist because they just wouldn't survive. Too many stupid people doing stupid things. There would be a lot less stupid people around if humans didn't interfere. I'm not saying that those stupid people deserve to not exist. I'm just saying there would be less of them around. The phrase goes, if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Right? Oh. Dana's here, I think, with the ladybug. Yep. We're about to get another one in here. Bugga bugga boo. Come on, girlie. She's not supposed to be here off leash. Pooping. She's marking everything everyone else marked. Oh, now she wants to go for a ride. When I asked you 3 times this morning, you want nothing to do with it.
Come on, Bugga. Letty and Buck.
Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to hold him back. Hold on.
Come on, Letty. Letty, come.
Letty. All right, I got him.
Bye, Letty. Letty, come. Let's go quick. Quick, Ladybug, get in.
Here she is. There's the bugaboo.
Bye, Letty.
There she is. We traded out one sister for the other. The plan is to go carbon negative. I'm currently close to carbon neutral as a household. Nice! I'm pretty sure that my carbon footprint is bigger than it should be. What are we knocking around here with our tails, Zuma? Ladybug needs to get her treat. Right? Everyone else already got one. Oh, everybody's gonna need to get another one, aren't they? Oh, good. Alright. Everybody's gonna need to get another one. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair, right? They're gonna see Letty getting one. She doesn't know they got another one earlier. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. We won't tell her. Shh. Nobody tell her that they got one already. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. We got one for Cans. Nom nom one for Zuma. Oh, so gentle. And one for Ladybug. Watch your face, Sue. Watch your face. Here, Letty. Back up. Here, Letty. Oh, no, Zuma. Here, Letty. There you go. These guys are so silly. Yeah, you're so silly. Mwah, mwah. Oh, thank you. But yeah, so far as the carbon footprint goes, I try not to run the car any longer than I have to. My knees are a little bit chilly right now. I don't know why the car is not producing heat when it should be. But it's an old car. And it's about to be summertime, so that's not really all that big of a concern. That it's not producing heat like it should be. It produces air conditioning. And it produced heat over the winter. These last couple days have been a little bit chilly. And anytime I've run the car, it's just blowing cold air at me. Oh, they're pulling away. The people next to us. So we might be able to get a shot of this vehicle. Let me show you guys this thing that I was talking about earlier, this crazy car. Alright. Unhook the charger. We got this car here. You guys see that? It's got a cool paint job on it. So that's pretty cool. I think I would have picked a different message to have on my paint job though. Make sure we're locked into this stand here. I don't want to bounce away on it. Lasagna's almost finished cooking. Oh yeah. You get the gore out? Because the storm's almost past. Nice. Yeah, interesting paint job on that car to say the least. Do I play games? I play a lot of games actually. over the course of having played games. I mean, just for example here, if you guys can see, I got the app screen up on the games. You can see, oops, clicked it by mistake. But I've got quite a few apps that are just games that I play on my phone. So, but then I've got hella apps for other stuff too. Like you can see social media and all that other stuff. Like I've got damn near every social media app that there is. So and then of course there's the dad apps, right? YouTube Kids and parent apps and sensory toddler games. So we got those two. Do you want to ask about a... I was playing Pokemon Go earlier. It seems I've played them for a little while and then moved on to a different game, played that for a little while and moved on to a different game and played that for a little while. There's very few games that I keep coming back to on the regular. One of them that I've been playing for about 10 years is called Boom Beach. It's by Supercell. And that one seems to, you know, have regular updates, and it was fun to play, and it's strategizing. So I enjoyed playing that one. I think it's time to get another monster. I got one more in the back there. I know, they're terrible for me, I know. Do I play Clash Royale or any PC games, says MidiGen. I do not have a PC. Well, I do, but it's so old that it's not supported by the internet anymore. Or it doesn't support the internet, however you want to say it. All I know is the last time I tried to log into the internet with it, it told me that my browser was not supported and that I should download the latest version. And when I tried doing that, it told me that the latest version wasn't supported by my desktop. So basically, without saying, go fuck yourself, the computer was like, nope, no more internet. The internet doesn't support your browser, the browser doesn't support your computer. And it's running Windows XP Pro off of Windows 98 with 256 megabyte RAM. I don't know if you guys are familiar with RAM. RAM is the amount of crap you can do all at once. And just for example here, I'm going to go into this Galaxy S24. We're going to look into device care. And you're going to see battery, storage, and memory. All right, when you go into the screen on your optimization there. And on the S24, it has 12 gigabytes of memory RAM. That's 12 gigabytes. Whereas my computer was 256 megabytes. That's 1/4 gigabyte. So I don't think it would even be able to support one application from my phone. My phone says it's running 5.8 gigabytes of RAM right now. That's almost half. Let's optimize and see what it says. Done. It's now running 4.1 gigabytes. So even after optimizing, it's running 16 times more RAM than my computer does. So my phone is faster than my computer, and I can't support the internet anymore. And also the battery is a problem. It doesn't charge or hold a charge anymore. And I learned that the hard way. I got the blue screen of death and then had to start over from scratch on that laptop because the battery wasn't charging and I didn't know it. And I picked up the laptop at one point and it got unplugged. I'm missing out a lot of things. I need to get a gaming PC. Well, it's all about the the financial ability to do so. I'm a dad now. So, Mini Jen knows. Mini Jen says he's a computer technician. So you know about RAM and memory and hardware and what it takes to run applications and things like that. Not everybody understands that stuff. But you get what I'm saying. My old computer is just, it's garbage as far as the technology world goes. It's good for running Diablo 2. That's it. And it doesn't really even do that well. Let's get this other monster. Here. If I'm a dad, then my gaming days are over. Pretty much. I just don't have the time for it, you know? And this is what I'm doing with my extra time these days. The YouTube stuff. Video games aren't gonna bring me any kind of income, whereas the YouTube stuff might. Eventually it will. To put it more specifically, eventually it will. But the theory was that might is never. I'm gonna go with might. Maybe when the kiddo's a little bit older, it's something that we can spend time doing together, and then we'll have more time for video games. But right now, he kind of wants to do his own thing on his tablet. He's like, no, I'm gonna watch my TV, I'll play with my tablet. Will you make me some ramen? And he's like, all right, while you're making ramen, wasting your time doing that, I'm gonna go have fun. It's like all the not fun crap comes out of my time, you know? That's the time that I've got to use. He gets to do the fun shit while I do all the crap. Like, he irritated me yesterday. He's like, Dad, I want to watch Wally Kazam. And I'm like, all right, well, they only had the last 2 seasons available on Prime. Let me pull it up for you. And while I'm clicking there on the TV, it wasn't happening fast enough. So he's like, you know what? I'm just going to watch TV in my room. And I got irritated because I spent 10 minutes trying to find this show that he wanted to watch, and then he bailed on me. I'm like, what the fuck? Wasting 10 minutes of my time looking for this for you, and then you just get bored and do something else. That's the society we're in today, though, isn't it? And as soon as people get bored, they move on to the next thing. And it's no different with the internet stuff either. You know, if you're a live streamer and you've got a lot of followers and you get a large following to come in on your live streams, and then you go on vacation for a week, you're going to notice that number drop dramatically. You're going to fall out of the algorithm, you're going to stop getting views, and you're going to have to go back on your grind, and if you want that to go back up. So that's what we're doing here. We're getting small amounts in, grinding the small amounts to get the content out and interact with you guys. And then the idea is to have more ability to have more content out on a more regular basis, and the content be more interesting. So we're trying to exponentially grow on a regular basis. So far, we've been good. It's been going really well, and we're growing really well. I'm getting somewhere between 1 and 10 subscribers every day. I think yesterday I got like 5. The day before that, it was like 3. The day before that, I think it was 7. So we're getting quite a few subscribers as far as that growth goes. I haven't seen much change in the views. But I think that will change also once the screen gets more interesting to watch. Should we play some tunes here? I think I want to play some tunes. I think we've gone long enough without playing some tunes. We're officially at our normal streaming time here. I don't know if comments are not coming through or if there just aren't any comments. Let me see. Filter all. No, I'm not missing anything. It's just nothing coming through. Okay. I gotta keep double checking that. YouTube's kind of an asshole sometimes. We might get moving again in a sec. I don't want to stretch my legs and go somewhere where my knees aren't freezing. While we're here though, let's let me get some tunes going, just for shits and giggles, because I want to hear some tunes. Oh boy, that almost didn't start. I noticed that the little FM transmitter here was telling me I had 10 volts. We're supposed to have 12, and if it drops below 10, it won't start. Cosmo's back. We're about to do some tunes for me here, Cosmo. Let's see. Yeah, we'll put something silly on for you guys while we're driving back to the house. Because I think I need to run in and go pee. I drank that whole monster, and now we're on to the second monster. So, my bladder is screaming at me to go do something about it. It's starting to drizzle out here. Can we play Sprinter after your tunes? Yes. Yes, we can. One music request per viewer per live stream. It's been getting easier to scrub the songs. I've got at least 2 live streams now that I've gotten the copyright stuff out of them. So I've scrubbed them completely of the copyright stuff. I'm working on the other live streams. There's a few live streams with a lot of music on them, so it's going to take me much longer to scrub them at one song, you know, a day, or 2 or 3 songs a day. I can do more than 1 video scrubbing a day, but it'll only scrub from 1 video per day, or maybe it's less time and I just haven't gone back to check it. It doesn't give me a notification to tell me it's done scrubbing, so I have to manually check to see if it's done. But it'll only scrub 1 song from a video one at a time. And that's kind of a pain in the butt. So we're gonna play a song here. It's called Hostage, straight raw, by a DJ called Omisco. And I actually met this DJ in person from my days partying and chilling out in Brooklyn. And I wish I had had one of his other tracks. He had this one track that was like all the ladies in the room, in the line for the bathroom, and it would just bump. Like, it was really funny. But this one's pretty funny too, so I'll play it for you guys. And then we'll get driving back to the house. I love how silly this track is. Got a dog across the way over there. I don't know if you guys can hear him barking. No worries, Aaron. You do your thing, brother. Alright, we're looking for Sprinter. Sprinter is by Dave and Central C. Is that the one we're looking for? Or Wesley Briggs? Central C is the one? Alright.
Chevy is called the heartbeat of America.
Oh no,
Like the
Chevy.
people
They're really trying to sell you some Chevys in this bitch. And that was Central C. I had to run out mid-song, use the bathroom. But we are parked at home now. If we want to go inside, we can go inside. What do you think, puppers? What do you think? Oh, thank you. What do you think? Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks. It is a good song. I didn't listen to the whole thing because, like I said, I had to run to the bathroom, but now we're letting the car run a little bit so that it charges the battery. I don't come out here and it's dead again. I know it's probably more interesting to see them in the car because the proximity to the camera, whereas in the house they can spread out. They have a hard time spreading out in the car. You can see the furthest Annie can get is kind of hiding behind me in the seat there. I'm thinking I might put some stickers now that I've got this camera angle. I might put some stickers up here, over here. Something interesting to look at. I had, as you guys can see, there's this light strip here. And this used to do all kinds of colors, and for some reason it stopped working. I don't know why it stopped working. You moved out of that seat there. Pretty intently watching what's going on outside the windows. She's waiting for a chance to escape and run. Oh, now she's hiding off camera. It might be time to eat some leftover pizza. Should I bring you guys in first, or bring the dogs in first? You wait. Come on, Letty.
I give you the future. I give you the future.
All right. Let me gather my things. Oh, it's missing commentary. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, it's freezing out some commentary here. Hopefully that helped. We'll see. Might have one too many things here. And I need to do a second trip. Alright, hold on. I'll be right back for you guys. Alright, I'm back for you guys. I have a hard time reading that from here. Hello, hello, hello. We're just transitioning from the car to in the house. See, Stamolos, Sternolos fan. Hello, hello, Mr. Nolos. I guess I'm just transitioning from in the house, or in the car to in the house. Give me a moment here. Reconnecting. Reconnecting. I don't know what's happening. It's glitching out. It's glitching out. Is not a fan of what's happening right now. Not sure what's happening. It is glitching pretty darn hard though. I think that it might be an internet thing. I don't know what's going on with it.